Hey everybody, I'm tying up some roe hooks and thought you might be interested in it. We've been fishing the salmon on the Feather River since I got, my uncle kind of made a heck of a deal on a boat that sat for a long time. It's not a Cadillac boat, but it's a 20-footer and I can take 4 people, and it's a jet boat, so I can go in the skinny water up there. And anyways, we were out yesterday, and as I oftentimes do, I zig instead of zag, and instead of going downriver, I went upriver. But we did get one fish. One's better than none. One bite, one fish. Well, we had 2 bites. Either way, tough bite, but the fish they're clean right now. That fish still had scales. It was a hen. I got roe. The roe's curing. Takes sometimes a couple days the way I do it. So I do the old Buzz Ramsey trick, the 3-2-1, 3 parts borax, 2 parts sugar, and 1 part salt, sea salt. I like to add some other ingredients in there, as everybody does. So you can go and buy Procure. You can go buy all kinds of different cures, but I just keep it simple. And with a good sized female, with nearly full egg sacs, I use 1 cup of borax, 2/3 cup of sugar, just your regular old granulated sugar, and 1/3 cup of salt, sea salt. But here's what I do when I tie the roe hooks. This is a 1/0 hook. Some guys use a little bigger, some guys use a little smaller. But I run my line through this way. There's different ways to do this now, and I'm probably going to screw this whole video up here. But then I go around 5 times. I'm using 20-pound Ultra Green Maxima 5 times. Then I hold that with my fingers there, like that. And I reach way over here and find the other end of the line. And I might not be able to find this without my headlamp turned on. And you can see my glasses are on here. I'm going to see, get it back in the hole going the opposite way. Oh, missed it. So then I just lay it. Just don't even bring it out very far. Just stick it right in there like that. And then you're going to want to continue your wraps. That's why you held this. Sometimes that sucker wants to flop the wrong way on you. Yeah, it's gonna try to be a problem for me. Anyways, just continue your wraps now. Don't let this stupid line get in your way. 2, 3. Do 1 extra. 6, and then you hold it again. Now you want to pull this line, the one that the tag end over here, pull it, start pulling it through. When I get a couple feet through there, everything starts getting a little tighter. So at this point, I like to grab all this that you're pulling through and start lubing that up. maybe like grab it with my mouth. Like that, so it stays lubed all the way. And then what you end up with there is an egg loop knot. You can see that very good. But it holds, and then you got that loop, you know, that you can pull out and get your row on there. I usually pull it about that far out, you know. Pull it out a good distance. You get a couple fingers in there at least. And then you take now depending on whether you're going to back bounce, back troll, or boondoggle, all different for how much row you're going to stick on this sucker here. If you're going to boondoggle, let's say with a 1 ounce slinky, you know, you got a good 3 mile an hour current, 2.5. All can be adjusted also by how much you cast out before you start drifting. But you want a smaller piece of row when you're doing that, you know, like half inch square. And then so you stick like a corner of the skein through the hook, wrap it around here to the shank of the hook, then take the loop and get it over the bulk part of that chunk of rope, and then cinch it tight. Then what you want to do is grab yourself a fish pill. Usually the bigger, what are they, the 3 mils? I don't know if you guys ever seen these things, but they're fish pills, right? There's little foam, styrofoam eggs, and there's no hole in it. So then you just stick that sucker right through the hook and push it around up onto the row, and it kind of acts like a bait button. You can use bait buttons if you want. It's not necessary. The fish pill is going to hold that up there. Anyhow, little tip for you. A lot of tips out there. So get out there and go fishing. Oh, by the way, Donner was fishing pretty good. Had an 89-year-old guy. Cool old dude. World War II vet. No. 97. He was 97 years old. World War II vet. And he got 3 to his nephew's 2 out of 7 bites. For this time of the year, well, that was last week, but this time of the year, that's a pretty good bite for Donner, for the lake trout, for the small ones. A lot of bait in the lake. Prosser has slowed way down. The bigger fish now will start biting. That's just the way it goes. Littler fish, not biting as much, with bigger fish will bite. And all those truck trout, some of them are growing up, some of them are getting bigger. And there's been a lot of pressure though, and probably partly because it's been such a good fishing spot. Stampede, still small kokanee, but you can catch a ton. Feather River tomorrow at 9 in the morning will be dropping flows. At 9 in the morning, they're going to drop 500 cubic feet per second each hour, all the way down to 4,000 feet, which I think will happen at 1 o'clock. This is what they call a pulse flow. And then Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, they're going to bump it up 500 cubic feet per second every hour. And so this next week is going to be a good week. Take care, everybody.